This is John Cornyn, Texas Senator, saying the Texans don't really want a wall. We want him to make the decision on if we need a wall or not.
Share with you your frustration about the slow pace. Unfortunately, a lot of that's...
By the way, John Cornyn's people voted for Hillary, which leads me to believe so did John.
So, I mean, reassure Republicans who voted for Trump that none of this is being slow-walked. I know a lot of people who work on Capitol Hill who are Republicans who did not vote for Donald Trump. They voted for Hillary Clinton. Some of them are in your office, by the way. Are you sure that your staff, it's true, are you sure that your staff and the staff of other leaders on the Republican side in the Senate and the House are really supportive of this agenda?
We are fully supportive of President Trump and his agenda, and we're trying to do our best to help him. He's new to governing, and we all understand that. That's one reason he got elected, because people thought he would bring change to the way Washington operates, and he already has. So we fully support the president's agenda, and we're working with him. Had lunch over at the White House today with the speaker, the majority leader of both houses, trying to figure out how to advance the president's agenda and get it accomplished, and we are on that path as I speak.
Well, part of his agenda is building a wall. He campaigned on it. Your state voted for him in part because of that, and then you were quoted the other day saying you're not for a wall and the people of Texas are not for a wall. What gives you that impression, considering I think you won your state 9 points, something like that, pretty definitive?
Goddamn right we want a wall.
Why would you think your voters would not be for that?
Well,
because he's a fucking rhino.
Texas border, and one reason I took my colleagues to Texas was to show them this 1,200-mile border, some of which has 3,500-foot cliffs in the Big Bend.
A very small portion of it.
It's really necessary. There are other areas where infrastructure is important, barriers, if you say, so to speak, but it's really a combination of personnel, technology, and infrastructure. We're working right now with the Department of Homeland Security to come up with a plan to actually implement the president's goal of securing the border. It's long overdue, and I fully support that. We intend to try to make that happen.
But he said, I mean, not to be a stickler on semantics, but he said, I want a wall. I want a big, beautiful wall. I mean, that was from the first day of his campaign until last. I want a wall. So why would you think that voters in your state are exempting like the cliffs, but for the rest of the border, why wouldn't they want a wall too? Didn't they vote for that?
Texan.
I don't think I think they voted for border security.
No, we voted for a fucking wall.
I think they expect us to use our best judgment to try to accomplish. It's really just a matter of political will. We know how to do it. The problem has been we haven't had a president who actually believed in border security. We do now, and we're fully trying to support.
Evidently, we don't have senators that believe in it.
Interior enforcement, which represents...
Enforcement doesn't do shit. You have to put a wall in front of them, you fucking idiot.
We don't do nearly enough to discourage that.
Right. So for sure. So you think your voters,
with the president,
when they voted for Trump, they weren't voting for the wall he promised. They're voting for Republican senators to figure out how to secure the border, but they didn't really mean a wall when they voted for a guy who promised a wall.
They expect us to use our best judgment and our experience.
I want you to fucking follow instructions.
I think.
I want you to do what we voted you to do.
Fucking
rhino.
Is not going to stop illegal immigration if you don't have the personnel.
You're full of shit. Stops illegal immigration all over the goddamn planet.
In order to detect them,
you fucking idiot.
Border Patrol can actually get there in time. There are places where a physical barrier is entirely appropriate, and we ought to be putting them there. But we ought to come up with the right combination that allows us.
He's pro-amnesty, by the way.
Efficiently and effectively without wasting tax.
He was a part of the Gang of Eight, I believe.
Okay. Senator Cornyn, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.